Well, hello everybody. On this video, we're going to be going over my process of completing this commission in Copic markers. It's the Marvel character Mantis, and this was requested by a client when I was exhibiting at Phoenix Comic Fest. So I ended up taking this one home and worked on it there in my studio. And I took a little bit of time with this one, but just wanted to make sure it came out as good as it could for the client. So anyways, we'll start off by going over the inking process here. I'm using a Copic multiliner inking pen. It looks like it's the dark sepia color, so I decided to use that color rather than just straight black, just to soften up the look a little bit, rather than just using black on the whole thing. And if you'll notice, I'm varying the line width. I'm not just using a standard single stroke over everything. I mean, you can if you want to, but I always like to have varying thickness in the line width. I think it makes for a more interesting picture. But of course, you don't have to do it that way. That's just my style. And so now I'm going over all the ink work with the eraser and starting in to add in the flat colors. I started with the skin tones here. And 99% of the time on skin tones, I'll start with a YR00 or a 000. That's my favorite marker to start off with the skin tones. I know a lot of artists like to use the E double zeros and E01s. I find those a little bit too much of the pink side, so I kind of like this skin tone color that I use. So right there I filled in the eyes with I think just a straight black. And I'm using I think some warm grays here, it looks like, for the hands. But anyways, here I am adding in some darker tones for the green color and starting to build up the form and dimension, making sure to leave some of the lighter areas for the highlights. And don't forget the arms. The arms have those wrinkles too that you see in the pant leg, so be sure to leave those lights in for the highlights on those wrinkles to show them through. Now I'm going in with the deep colors on the green, get that shadow in there. I probably should have written down the colors I was using. Maybe next time I'll go ahead and do that. But they're in the same family of green colors, so if you're following along, just use your series of green tones. And they don't have to be the exact same series. You can use a color from a different green series if it's darker. Okay, now I'm adding in detail work with the colored pencil. I always like to, for the most part, I like to add in extra details with colored pencils. I think it adds just a lot more dimension to the finished drawing. And you can see where I'm adding in even more detail to the lips with my colored pencils. Now I'm adding in these cool tones on her hair and on the black areas. Those are actually going to be either reflected lights or just standard lights. Like the ones in her hair, these purple and green color, they're actually going to be the lights of her hair. So now I'm going in with the medium gray color here, medium cool gray. We're building up those layers before we add in the actual black on the hair. And it looks weird right now because the colors are kind of in the same value, but they'll actually turn into the lights. You'll see while I'm adding this this deep black color. And a lot of artists like to use blue for the lights on the hair, and you know, you can do that too, but I like to vary it up a little bit and use lavenders and light green sometimes, turquoise. I use blue too, but you know, for this particular one I thought it'd make the picture a little bit more lively by adding you know, other colors in that cool temperature range. So, and then for the finer details on the hair, I use the multi-liner. Adding in some medium values with the cool gray color. I think that cool gray that we were using was a probably a C4. And we're just working our way around. Now I'm kind of blending the colors in a little bit with that original cool gray, and then breaking out the black colored pencil to smooth things out. Same thing with the black multi-liner, getting in those details. So don't be afraid to use your you know, all your tools available to get in as much detail as you can. You know, you don't need the fanciest set of colored pencils or markers or inking pens. You know, just use whatever you have available to you. Just whatever it takes to make the picture come out as nice as it can. Here I'm adding the deepest black again, 100. Leaving enough space for the lights. Giving it that leathery appearance. See right here, I'm using a colored pencil to blend in those reflected lights a little bit, just to smooth it out. Take away some of that harsh edge where the black meets the green, or on the bottom leg where it meets the orange, just to soften things up. Filling in any of these little last details that we may have missed out the first time. It's always good to step back after you finish your drawing or are almost close. Take a little break and then come back with a fresh set of eyes, and then you'll notice things that you either may have missed or that you'll want to add in or blend in, you know, just to make the picture a little bit nicer. So we're nearing the completion here. Doing a little bit of last touch up on the skin tones. And that's going to wrap things up here. Thanks for watching.